This is Varsha's Education Academy. In this session, we are going to see the subject of digital communication. The topic is digital modulation techniques. See, in this session, I am going to cover one of the digital modulation technique, that is amplitude shift keying. It is also called as ASK, amplitude shift keying. See, what is the main difference between the digital modulation technique and the analog modulation technique in the sense? Here the message or modulating signal is assumed as a digital signal. See, here the message signal or modulating signal is of digital in nature. That is, it may be of binary code or MRI code. Right? But in analog modulation, we used to consider any sinusoidal signal or an analog signal. But here we have considered the carrier wave, that is carrier signal, as an analog signal, that is a sinusoidal signal having fixed frequency. Having fixed frequency. See, this is the main point. Message signal or modulating signal is of digital in nature. But in analog modulation technique, that is AM, FM, PM, we have considered this message signal as a sinusoidal signal. Here we have considered the digital signal as the message signal. But here the carrier wave is of analog or sinusoidal wave. Right? See, let us assume one message signal. It's of 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. This is said to be the message signal M of t. And this is our sinusoidal signal. I consider this signal as a carrier wave C of t. Now we are going to plot the amplitude shift keying modulated signal. Right? Digitally modulated signal we are going to plot over here. Now listen here. For 0, the output will be of, see here the message signal is 0, right? So the output, that is modulated signal del of t, I have considered as the modulated signal, that will be of 0. That will be of 0. Here we are having 1, so which is multiplied with this carrier signal. So the same carrier wave will be occurred in the modulated signal. See, here also we are having 1, right? So the same carrier wave will come over the modulated signal. 0, 0 over here. Here the message signal is, message bit is 0. So again 0. Here we are having 1. See, one more thing. Here all the frequencies in between the bits should be the fixed frequencies in the carrier wave. Here I consider more number of frequency, but it should be a fixed frequency. If there is a 3 full cycles over in this bit, then this 3 full cycle should be there for all the bits. Right? Now I have to increase this frequency. So please try to draw it on your own. This is the modulated wave. See, only difference is if we are having 1 in our message signal, that is digital in nature. Here I have considered 2-bit representation. So it is a binary coded digital signal. So in the binary coded digital signal, we are having 1s at 2 points, 3 ends. So I have considered the carrier wave. As it is in the carrier wave, we are getting as the modulated signal. This is the general construction of the amplitude shift keying. See, generally it is similar to the amplitude modulation. Here the carrier wave amplitude gets varying with respect to the modulated signal. The amplitude of the carrier wave gets modulated, gets varying in terms of the message signal. See, here I have considered the M of t as the message signal. And here I have assumed product modulator, which is represented by the symbol of cross, right? So product modulator, and the carrier signal, I have assumed it as cos omega ct. And our modulated signal is del of t, which is the multiplication of m of t and c of t. So m of t into c of t I have considered as cos omega ct. So our modulated signal will be m of t cos omega ct. This is our modulated signal, that is m of t cos omega ct. This is under transmitted part. Now we will see the receiver end. See, in receiver, we are having two types of receiver. One is synchronous receiver, other one is asynchronous. Synchronous in the sense it is a coherent detector or coherent type of receiver. This one is asynchronous and non-coherent detector. This is the difference between coherent and non-coherent. Listen carefully. In coherent, the same message signal and a carrier signal. This is what our modulated signal, right? See, listen carefully. This is our modulated signal, that is m of t cos omega ct, right? This is entering into our receiver end. This is entering into our receiver end, that is m of t cos omega ct, which is entering into the product modulator again in the receiver, coherent receiver. This is the block diagram of coherent receiver. This is the block diagram of non-coherent detector, right? So this is our modulated signal, which is multiplied with the cos omega ct again. This is nothing but an oscillator signal. So these two gets multiplied and it becomes m of t cos squared omega ct, and it is passing through the low pass filter. So we are getting our output as message signal. What we have, our original signal at the transmitting end, right? This is our m of t. What this may be our original signal or message signal or modulating signal, which may be of digital in nature, which we have transmitted at the transmitting end. Then non-coherent detector. See, this is the block diagram of non-coherent detector. This is what our transmitted signal or modulated signal, that is m of t cos omega ct. This is enter into the envelope detector. See, in our next session we will see clearly about what is mean by this envelope detector. But in non-coherent detector we are just simply applying this modulated signal into the envelope detector. It just detects its envelope alone. Envelope in the sense our modulating signal or message signal, what we have transmitted at the transmitting end. That is our original signal, right? So this is the difference between non-coherent and coherent detectors. Now we will see the advantages and disadvantages of this coherent and non-coherent detectors. Here it is costly when compared to the non-coherent detector. Its cost is low, but it is more efficient when compared to the non-coherent detector. It is more efficient when compared to the non-coherent detector. But this non-coherent detector performance is very much poor. Now our next part is application of this ASK, that is amplitude shift keying. So please mention it in the comment box. What does mean by? Tell some applications of the amplitude shift keying. If you are having doubts, please mention it in the comment box. If you like this video, do subscribe my channel. Thank you all. Thank you for watching this video.